get the heart out. Home is where the heart is. So, point around with this whale in the sky.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
So if that voice sounds familiar, it's because the heart belongs to the Empress herself, which is quite creepy. The dearest person of your entire life, holding her heart in your hands, literally. All these remedies, spiritual remedies. The heart beats much faster when you're facing one of the runes. Pretty useful. It says a lot of stuff. Dunwall Tower. Well, not Dunwall Tower, but the Hound Pits pub tower. Everything's all crazy. Anywho, useful. I will spend this on powers. So I can either buy Dark Vision now, or I can save it and then be able to buy the second level blink right away. Having Dark Vision is useful, so we'll go for that for now. It actually becomes more useful when you have the second level.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
All right. So be it. Hidden allies. Oh, it wasn't just a dream. Trippy. So, because this is the definitive edition, you got all the extra bone charms and loot and stuff that you would get from the different pre-order bonuses from the original game. So, excerpt from our Overseer's Covert Field Report. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my Overseer brethren, or the guidance of the blind sisters of the Oracular Order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut-purses, murderers and worse, and the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. At times, I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who are not fit to live, executing them justly and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So for this trick has allowed me and my name allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dowd in order to get close to him. Of all the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dowd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pendician coast, taken captive by pirates ventured far from the Isles. According to legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dowd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of the gang killer without mercy, moving to the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years, we now believe, he spent traveling the Isles, studying the anatomy of the occult in the great halls of learning and hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself. And for a time before the schism developed, he encountered the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. New reports emerge of a dusky-skinned assassin paid by the elite to eliminate their arrivals in Dunwall and other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw and lived numbered a handful, but a number of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop he gestured, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. More recently, as this new threat of a plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension, and for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds and slaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district in a narrow street. She passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw an abandoned apartment used by miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dad was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He took a carving made of pure bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Dowd is an agent of the outsider and must die, for there is no limit to the evil that man might do. This is my solemn oath and great purpose of my life. Until Dowd is dead and his corruption has been purged from this world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way toward him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes no more. So it's a bit long, but important, because Dowd is the red-coated assassin that killed the Empress that we saw about 45 minutes ago. So bone charms. I'll explain those once I pick them all up here. Quite useful, in fact. I'll read this field survey real quick, unless it's real long. We won't read it. We'll avoid the long reads, unless people want me to read them. Slackjaw. The Journal of Granny Rags. We'll be meeting her very soon, so we don't need her journal. All right, so we have the two powers, like I showed you. So this is what dark vision is. See the yellow? You can see people through walls and floors and stuff. The more useful use for this is when you get the second, the upgrade for it allows you to see where all the loot and food and collectibles are, basically. When you can see all of those, it makes finding enough loot to purchase your upgrades very easy. For the time being, I still have no means to do that. So, up here though is where somebody of importance will be. At some point.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Caldwell on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical. Soon we should run. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on it.
Okay, that's our fire.
Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Mark.
Craftsman tutorial. Hero can craft upgrade with each one you collect. Bringing blueprints, new upgrades, yada yada yada.
He's one of us.
However, there's more than that here. There's actually a rune outside that we can go and collect. So we'll handle that business. Rune. Alright, so right now we have one rune. We can buy greater vitality, so we will. Get out of the water. The water is dangerous because there are these creatures. They're fish. They're called hagfish. They're quite dangerous and they like to chew on you if you go in the water. So.
Oh, Corvo? If you've a moment.
Let's talk to her.
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man.
I am.
There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Yeah, alright. I'll save your uncle. I've done it before, many times. Except this time, we'll do things a little differently.
What can I do for you?
Well, let's look at new gear.